From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It is another dry and sunny afternoon across mid-Michigan. Notice we have mostly sunny conditions showing up over in Grand Ledge. A little bit more in the way of cloud cover off to our west. Some of that will be filtering in as we go throughout the rest of the day, but still we're expecting to remain either mostly sunny or partly cloudy for our Thursday. Temperature-wise, low 50s to upper 40s. We're at 48 degrees currently in Lansing, 50 for our current temperature in Charlotte, Marshall, and over in Jackson as well. Again, we are staying dry as we go throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures topping out in the low 50s. A better chance for rain will be moving in as we kick off our Friday. 6 News at noon starts right now.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at noon.
Now at noon, we're working to learn more about an early morning house fire in Okemos that took several hours to contain. It is our top story at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. It happened about 4 o'clock this morning on the 1900 block of Yuma Trail. It took firefighters several hours to bring the fire under control. Julie Keith, the homeowner, told 6 News the fire started outside in the backyard. She said everyone got out except for a few cats and some birds.
It's still really surreal for me, so it's going to be difficult. Our next door neighbors have taken us in, so to speak.
There are no reports of any injuries, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation. Be sure to stay with 6 News for any updates, both on air and online at WLNS.com. Seattle Public School Districts have selected Lansing School District Superintendent Ben Schulinder as its only finalist to become the head of its school district. The announcement made by the Seattle School District was published this morning. Its board held a vote Wednesday morning and unanimously chose Schulinder. Now, this will begin contract negotiations to, quote, finalize the hire. Earlier this year, he had been on the short lists for superintendent jobs in both Louisville, Kentucky and Las Vegas. 6 News has reached out to him and the Lansing School District for comment and have not yet heard back. The Trump administration says thousands of flights a day could soon be cut because of the government shutdown, including Detroit Metro. Starting tomorrow, airlines expect to reduce flights at 40 high-volume airports by 4%, then ramping up to 10% sometime next week. Natalie Brand is here for you now with the latest from Washington.
Travelers at airports nationwide are bracing for cancellations a day after the FAA announced it will take the unprecedented step of cutting 10% of flights at 40 high-volume airports.
As far as like the cancellations and stuff, I just hope I make it home.
As a traveler, it's very inconvenient for me, but I mean, if you're not paying people right, I completely understand. If I'm not getting paid right for my services, I wouldn't work either.
The nation's busiest travel hubs are among those expected to be impacted, including Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, Dallas, Los Angeles, and New York. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy calls the cuts necessary to reduce stress on air traffic controllers who have been working without pay since last month.
Some of them are not coming to work. It's a problem. I want them to come to work and do their jobs, but that's the reality that I deal with. And so you've seen a lot of delays and cancellations through the airspace. Taking 10% of the flights out will reduce that pressure.
President Trump is calling on Senate Republicans to get rid of the filibuster in order to end the shutdown. That would allow the Senate to pass legislation with just a simple majority.
It's the only way you can do it. And if you don't terminate the filibuster, you'll be in bad shape. We won't pass any legislation.
Senate Republican leaders have opposed that move. Rank and file members are divided on the issue as the shutdown impacts grow.
Right now, let's put people back to work and let's start feeding people who are literally going hungry.
Earlier this week, some lawmakers expressed optimism about a deal starting to emerge that would fund the government in exchange for a vote on extending the enhanced health care tax credits Democrats have demanded. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
This Saturday, the state of Michigan will start distributing partial SNAP benefits. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services say it will deliver about 50% of benefits to recipients as directed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The distribution of food aid came to a halt last Saturday due to the government shutdown. However, a court order now requires the USDA to tap into its contingency fund to pay for benefits. The fund covers about half of the $9 billion needed to issue full payments to the more more than 40 million Americans who rely on the program. 6 News has learned that Michiganders who typically receive their benefits on the 3rd, 5th, or 7th day of the month should get their benefits this Saturday. Everyone else will receive them on their normally scheduled date. And Michigan is now joining nearly a dozen other states in suing multiple federal agencies, accusing them of interfering with already approved grants to help states pay for emergency management, disaster relief, and homeland security operations. The lawsuit says the Trump administration is attempting to shift the burden of emergency management to the states, and in doing so, by repeatedly denying or restricting requests to declare an emergency, withholding grant funding, and imposing irrelevant and unconstitutional terms of those receiving said grants. Now, you can read the complete lawsuit on our website, WLNS.com. The holiday season in Lansing officially underway as the big red ornaments have returned to downtown. Lansing Board of Water Light crews, along with help from several city departments, transported the ornaments up Washington Square, where they were installed for the holidays in the traffic circle in front of the state capitol.
We're excited. This is a lot of fun. Silver Bells is coming, Thanksgiving is coming, the holidays are coming, so we're having a little fun with it.
It's hard not to drive by and have it put a smile on your face. You know, with everything goes on in the world, you know, you read about, you drive down here, this puts a smile on your face.
The ornaments are the start of the holiday season, which continues with the lighting of the state Christmas tree during the Silver Bells in the City celebration that happens on November 21st.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
And here's kind of a bird's eye view of those giant ornaments being installed right in front of the Capitol in downtown Lansing. Just another sign that winter is right around the corner for us here in mid-Michigan. It's going to feel a lot more like winter over the course of the next several days as well. Good news is for today and tomorrow, our high temperatures are still going to be at or above average, topping out in the 50s. However, I will mention that high of 57 degrees for our Friday is going to come along with some more breezy conditions. Wind gusts will be anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Winds will calm down just in time for our Saturday. By then, temperatures cooling down below average, highs in the mid-40s, and then we're struggling to make it out of the 30s Sunday, Monday, and likely even as we move into our Tuesday as well. Of course, that major cool down is also going to come along with the chance for our first few snowflakes of the season. So enjoy the sunshine that we have outside right now and the mild temperatures that we have in the forecast for our Thursday as well. Notice on satellite and radar a little bit more in the way of cloud cover off to our west. That'll slowly be moving in as we go throughout the rest of the day. Other than that, though, PrecisionCast is going to remain relatively quiet for our Thursday. More cloud cover in the forecast overnight tonight. That's ahead of our next system, which will be bringing the chance for some widespread rain showers to mid-Michigan just in time for our Friday morning commute. The good news is the system is incredibly quick moving, so while you will need the umbrellas as we start the day tomorrow, well, you're not going to need them for long. Notice by the time we get into our Friday afternoon, not only are we drying things out, but our cloud cover will also be decreasing across the region as well, so we get a little bit more in the way of sunshine as we start to wrap up the work week. Of course, this is going to be ahead of that major system that we have been talking about for the past several days. Again, it looks like this area of low pressure will be tracking just to the south of the state, which means initially it will be bringing us the chance for some widespread rain showers as we finish off the day on Saturday. As it tracks a little bit further off to the east, however, it brings a cooler air mass in. We'll eventually make that transition from rain over into snow sometime Saturday night into Sunday morning. We'll start the day on Sunday with those widespread snow showers, like enhanced snowfall across the region after that, and depending on our wind direction just in time for Monday, models still kind of a little bit of a disagreement as to whether they're going to be out of the north or northwest. If we get a little bit more of a northwesterly wind on Monday, that'll give us another chance for some lake effect snow showers. So while it does look like the chance for some slushy accumulations will be possible across mid-Michigan, kind of hard for us to actually narrow in on those totals because our models, as you can see, are still kind of in disagreement in that general track, and of course the wind direction that we are going to see on Monday as well. So of course we'll start to narrow down those details over the course of the next few days and keep you updated on air, online, and through our Storm Tracker 6 weather app. Again, dry conditions and a lot of sunshine here in the city of Lansing. Temperatures this afternoon in the upper 40s. Winds relatively calm, 8 miles per hour coming out of the south-southwest. Beautiful view over in Jackson. Some thin high-level clouds in the background there. Temperatures at that 50-degree mark. Mostly sunny over in Hillsdale. Temperatures currently sitting at 51 degrees. We'll make it up to a high of 52 across the area today. Again, we will be warmer as we move into our Friday, but notice those winds are going to be increasing as well. High of 57 degrees comes along with a chance for those widespread rain showers. We do have a weather aware day in place for Sunday just because we are expecting some slushy accumulations. And then notice that overnight low Sunday into Monday in the low 20s.
Oh my.
We'll likely be waking up to wind chill temperatures in the teens as we start next week.
Wow. So enjoy today while you can.
Yes.
All right.
And I will mention after Tuesday, we're back in the 40s and 50s.
Oh, okay.
So a brief taste of winter.
Just a little brief.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Kendall.